I got money in my sleep, I could never be weak.
Let me ask you a question, boys.
Welcome to the show.
Here we go again, another one. It's your boy Bush back with another one. Man, this one got me tripping, I ain't gonna lie. The technology in this game. Vlad TV put out this explosive tweet. Had a lot of people, fooled. Even me. I was like, oh, see, I told you. I even made a video, had to take it down. Because I found out it was a troll the whole time. Straight troll. Vlad TV trolling your boy. Trolling everybody. Matter of fact, if you ain't see the tweet, I'm about to throw it up there and let y'all see. Man, but there's something deeper behind this. There's something deep behind this. Some redirection going on. But anyway, here we go. Vlad TV. I have to make a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan. This is what he finds funny, What do you say? Okay. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge to Jay-Z. They bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. See, you think he's slick. This is stuff that people will really believe. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. Everybody like, oh, I knew it. I knew it. And I don't know why, but a lot of people want Tory to win in this situation. It's weird because if he shot that girl, then hey, he deserved to be where he at. But yeah, Vlad TV. The LA police are all on Jay's payroll. A lot of people, that's not hard to believe for a lot of people, but this is just a big troll by Vlad TV. And it doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part. He's a cold piece of work, man. Putting out this and playing with it like it's a game. You got somebody in jail doing 10 years. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. Wow, the type of games they play. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal all paid off by Rock Mafia. Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory. Even though it's a state case, Trump can only pardon federal cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep these lies secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me. See the bullshit games? But he didn't follow up after that saying, oh, no, it was just, I was joking. It was a troll, obviously. No. He actually went so far as responding to people's tweets, responding to all that type of stuff like it was really serious. See, these are technology games. You feel me? Basically, it's like, oh, if y'all believe that, y'all believe anything. Or it's basically like, look, throw all that in the game so that way people don't, you know what I mean? They think it's all a joke, but really it's too much things that add up in that situation. I ain't gonna hold you. Now let's take it back a little bit. Let's take it back and let's get into some things real quick. First of all, let's get into some things. We're gonna take it back on y'all one time. Cause he think he's slick. He put out that tweet. I'm like, wait a minute, you okay, that was a joke, but you working for them people, huh? You working for something. Why would you put that out randomly out the blue for no reason? And it ended up being the biggest tweet of your tweeting career. 10 million, Let's get into it though. Let's take it back.
Done in racial discrimination. Okay, I'm going to play what she said, but she now claims there's new evidence, and she says there is really exculpatory evidence that's came out now that clears Tory. This is after a week of us hearing that.
We're gonna take it back to see why so many people believe that crazy ass tweet from DJ Vlad.
The bodyguard of Kelsey Nicole also heard or overheard Kelsey saying that she was the one who shot Meg, not Tory. So let's listen to this. They're gonna play an ad for a second. Hope you guys are doing good, man. Yeah, this Tory thing, you know, he's getting the most support he ever got now. I think they're trying to roll up a package. I just don't know if that governor will do it, man. I think that governor, if it wasn't a high profile athlete, or not athlete, but celebrity like Meg Thee Stallion, I think they would pardon him or something of the sort. Also, if Rock Nation wasn't behind him.
There's definitely reasons why Vlad did that, and there's reasons why a lot of people believed him. They believe that shit. Oh, Jay-Z paid off this. It all goes into the Epstein, all that type of shit. And, you know, if I'm Rock Nation, I ain't mad at him for doing that because, like I said, it's technology game. Oh, if y'all believe that, y'all believe this. Y'all believe anything type shit. So where you cancel out all of the evidence that adds up. But let's go back, though.
Rock Nation is firing off emails saying, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare. We'll take on the state. Don't you fucking dare let this motherfucker out of jail. Let's play a little bit of the interview with Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, and she's out of Florida, but listen to what she says.
Understanding is you're around some kind of the Foreign Relations Committee, and you're from Florida. Why did you take such an interest in this case?
Specifically, how I got involved in this case is I actually am friends with Amber Rose, and she had flagged it for me. And when I actually spoke to the attorneys that are representing Mr. Lanez, they actually presented me with evidence. When I saw the evidence that was brought forward, we're talking about no forensics DNA on the magazine of the pistol, a 0.01 DNA match, which effectively means that he could not have been the shooter, to include there being ring footage that really refutes and dispels.
Yeah, let's analyze why people really would believe Vlad's crazy tweet, what he called it, his little trolling tweet. Why would we believe that, though? Let's go back, though.
The testimony that, you know, he had basically said dance and then fired the firearm. In addition to that, they're also being missing ballistics fragments from the alleged, you know, shot in the foot, as well as medical x-rays. All of this does indeed show and prove that Mr. Lanez, unfortunately, is being incarcerated and he's an innocent man.
Is this the new evidence that you had tweeted about? This ring video, you said there's a ring video that will...
Now, granted, that's Vlad giving her the interview. He giving her the chance. But you know what they say, keep the enemies close. Vlad want to see why she tripping. So let's keep going, though. Let's take it back. This is why people believe that damn tweet from Vlad, and people still do.
It was actually brought to my knowledge by the attorneys, and we actually had posted that on one of our X platforms, that there's allegedly ring video footage that refutes the statements and I would say hearsay comments in court testimony.
Have you seen it, and is it going to be released?
I'm actually actively pushing for the release.
See how he on her, like across, like he's cross-examining her. He putting the pressure on her.
So that, and there's also an affidavit that the have actually shown me already that actually came from, we will be presenting that and posting that publicly for everyone to see in the coming days.
If I was the appellate lawyer or the lawyer trying to secure a pardon for him or a new trial, and I had a video showing somebody else shot him, I would shot her. I would send that out immediately to the media to create this kind of firestorm. To
then
release,
you would get the governor's attention.
Why wouldn't they immediately release?
Yeah, that's Harvey, and that's a fact. Why wouldn't they? That's true.
A video if it shows, I mean, because that's the smoking gun, literally.
Right. I don't know. Again, as I've stated, I haven't seen the footage yet, but what I will say is that.
All right, man. Y'all know me. I'm always call a spade a spade. I want Tory to get out. Tory's my man's. I fuck with him. This chick's cap. She wants to get public support. She wants to rack up the votes. This might be a play for her for the next election that she gets, you know, reelected or, you know, whatever to the House of Representatives. But she's making these declarative statements about Tory Lanez, and again, I'm pretty sure Tory fucks with her, but she's trying to get attention. You're not in, you might be in the government, but you're not in California. You asking California's governor to pardon this guy means nothing. You claim you got evidence, but you ain't seen it. We've heard about all these things. And again, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of with Harvey on this. Tory's my man, but we're going to have to keep it spade a spade. Do I think he deserves to be locked up? No, I think this is whole bullshit. But we're not going to go off and make it
this bullshit.
Even more bullshit. The point is this. If I had a Ring camera video, send it out. Don't be like, oh, we got it. Drop it. Where's the video? Remember Wack was saying that there was a kid, an underage kid that had a video of the whole incident. But then the mom didn't want it to cooperate. We never saw that. Give us something we ain't seen in court. We heard that Kelsey's bodyguard seen some shit. Where is he at? We're hearing a lot of things that makes us curious, but we're not getting nothing, like, we're not seeing it. A Ring camera footage of what happened, drop it. Nigga, that would be one of the biggest premieres all year. Be bigger than Sinners. Just drop it. The mere fact that this person is in the House of Representatives and she's speaking about this case, she ain't never seen the damn footage, even though she's claiming that there's footage that's exculpatory. She ain't never seen the footage. She's going off of affidavits. It's clear that she believes that if she advocates very loudly, and because in hip hop we look at people like her for having a name, we think that would help. That's going to probably, we think that will help with the case of Tory. For her, she thinks this will help with her votes and, you know, how people see her in certain communities. The point is this, Shorty, if you didn't send the video, be quiet. If you ain't see the video, be quiet. Now, here's the thing. And I think Tory got to be careful.
Now, watch this. Hold up. We're not done. See, y'all don't understand. It was people in that case that worked for Rock Nation. So this is not it's not really unlikely, you feel me? But hold on though.
This is Meg Trial. People have been looking at Rock Nation differently. While they are considered one of the most successful and influential record labels in hip-hop, they have earned themselves another more sinister reputation. Gatekeepers who decide who shall rise and who shall fall in the industry. Many people believe that Rock Nation might have played a part in not only the incarceration of Tory Lanez, but also the downfall of many other artists in the industry. In many situations in the past few years, there have been a trail of breadcrumbs that always seem to lead back to Rock Nation. Just like we saw with the Meg versus Tory trial. It seems that once Rock Nation sets their eyes on you, you gotta be real careful what you say and do. This is something that DJ Academics has learned firsthand, as after he chose Tory in the Meg trial, Rock Nation has gone after him. They're dragging him into a lawsuit to teach him a lesson. Recently, Academics was subpoenaed by Meg's lawyers to attend a deposition. The only thing is, they didn't expect Academics to expose them publicly, as Academics went live and showed proof that could suggest Rock Nation could be behind this entire Tory Lanez takedown. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Academics exposing Rock Nation. Let's get right into it. At this point, we all know just how Rock Nation gets down. They're one of the most connected music companies in the business. We all saw just how connected they were when the CEO of Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, was exposed by her own daughter for trying to allegedly get her own daughter's boyfriend arrested. Desiree Perez's daughter showed evidence that her own mother had connections with law enforcement, also connections with the healthcare field, and even with powerful judges. Desiree Perez was essentially caught using her wealth and connections to institutionalize her daughter and incarcerate her boyfriend. This is the technique that Rock Nation as a company seems to utilize to get rid of their problems. The same techniques many people believe they used against Tory Lanez. Love him or hate him, one person who has always called this out was no other than DJ Academics. I know that for many reasons, a lot of people don't like Academics. I myself have been critical of Academics in the past, but I have to give credit where credit is due. Academics has always claimed that Tory was innocent and has inferred that Rock Nation was the one who set him up. Now, whether he says this because him and Tory are friends or because of some other reason, that's up to you to decide. Regardless, he has always called this out, and it now seems he's paying the price for it. It seems that Rock Nation set their sights on Academics back during the Tory and Meg trial. During the trial, Academics was covering all the breaking news and seemed to favor Tory with his coverage. At one point, he was even accused of leaking trial information and was even called out for it by Meg's lawyers and the judge. Another thing that Academics did was shine a spotlight on a smaller blogger named Milagros. Milagro was also covering the Tory Lanez and Meg trial as it was unfolding. She attended several trial days and reported back what she heard and gave her opinion on it. Academics, for whatever reason, decided to not only start showing her Tory coverage on his streams, but eventually even collaborated on content with her. Academics not only invited her onto a stream so they could talk about the trial, but he also interviewed her for his off-the-record podcast. This put more eyes on Milagros, and people started going to her for updates on the trial. Eventually, the trial ended, and Tory was found guilty by the jury. Milagros.
Okay, 1 second. We getting somewhere here. But hold up, though. It's a lot going on that made it a thing to where, hey, that's kind of believable when Vlad put out that crazy ass tweet. But now they trying to say, oh, y'all is crazy if y'all believe that. Fuck out of here, man. The stuff that we've been seeing lately, there's no way in hell people going to just close their eyes and just believe everything somebody say, especially people of power. You can't trust the people of power because they lie too. But let's keep going. Hold on.
You remember what happened to Rihanna? You could be the next victim of the decade. They're gonna love you. Just sink that nigga. Fuck him. Right? To say he did it. Meg goes ahead and does it. Yes, we get it. Tory goes to jail. But Meg has never been more hated than now. Like, Meg just dropped the project, and you know, some people might think it's a paid campaign behind it. No, it's not. Like, people just like watching Meg fail now. Like, the press around that situation has really turned bad for Meg. Like, people celebrate her failures and downfalls, and Rock Nation, who allegedly was behind even encouraging or assisting her. By the way, Desiree Perez sat in court in a couple of those hearings when Tory was on trial, and when asked to, you know, defend or substantiate some of the things with Meg about.
See, I believe that Meg has some good friends in Rock Nation, and they really messing with her. So the Desiree Perez sat in court. That's unusual for the CEO of the whole conglomerate to come sit in somebody's courtroom, and they willing. I feel like Rock Nation was putting it all on the table for this situation, as they should. That's their artist. But I'm just trying to make a point of why we believe these crazy tweets from DJ Vlad. They calling it crazy, but is it really crazy? But let's keep going.
The trial, Alex Spiro, Rock Nation's lawyer, spoke up. So Rock Nation seemingly, they're realizing that all the shit came back around on Meg. Yes, Tory's locked up, we get it, but it hurt Meg's career as opposed to help it. And now they're at the point saying, we finna sue you niggas, okay? Whoever y'all are, y'all bloggers, and maybe we get into that now, right? Because I just did a nice little intro. Let's get into that now. So here's the funny thing. Let me see if I can get to it. I was gonna play a little bit of
this is it right here. Reasonable doubt. That's Tory lawyer. Backdoor situation. That's Tory lawyer. But all the while, she messing with Rock Nation and man, it's not unlikely for people to believe those tweets from Vlad. Sorry, it's too much stuff going on, and it seemed like Vlad was sent to mix up the game and throw some shake up in it.
Of this, maybe we play it afterwards. So, where do we go? Meg Thee Stallion's lawyer, Alex Spiro, says on Monday he plans to take action against bloggers who continue to spread false information. Okay? Now, this is a very interesting thing. And this is a lawyer, if you ask me, using legalese to threaten people, because in this country, we have something called freedom of press, right? And whether you like something or not, the press, the media is allowed to operate in a way that is not under coercion, force, threat, or anything else. It's the reason why, even technically and infamously, when
that's a fact. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout because clout bring them money. a status. They defend the killer that killed 3 babies right on the camera. They'll defend him and try to get him off. These lawyers is vicious, bro. They that's the whole cloth of that evil shit.
Federal authorities have, tried to squeeze or twist the arms of people in the press to say, hey, you have a source that told you blah, 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 blah. They're going to be key to our investigation. Tell us who the source is. The media could tell them, fuck off. No, we have a right defended by the Constitution of freedom of press. You can't extort or force us to tell you our source. A lot of media operates. And by the way, obviously they didn't remember when they were trying to say in court how academics got the discovery. First of all, the judge there is a California judge. They had no jurisdiction to subpoena me to that court because I don't live under the jurisdiction of California. But even if they did, and even when they try to do a deposition for me and Drake under the X case, yeah, you could. First of all, the judges never granted it. But even if it did, you'd have to then come to a New York or New Jersey judge that I live in their jurisdiction, and they would have to grant it. So it was a whole process anyway. Even if that was done, I would have shown up in both situations with an attorney. And these type of tactics work against these bloggers who make 50 cents and lie, okay? So these people who are non-successful, but I don't care, you got blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever suit you wear, the threats are kind of like right. Hollow in a bit, right?
That's right. That's right. I ain't gonna hold you much respect to Act. I feel like he being a real non-biased. He not a soldier. He not a Rock Nation soldier, a Rock La Mafia soldier. He really speaking on it, but he about to get into this lawyer, Megan, Tory's lawyer, who actually fucking with Rock Nation, which is crazy. I'm just trying to rewind, let y'all really understand why people believe that tweet from Vlad.
Unless somebody's doing some crazy shit, right? Now, obviously, defamation is a thing, even though, to be honest, Meg Thee Stallion being a music entertainer, you know how many people call me a fat piece of shit that I want to sue? Right? There's just certain things, opinions about me I can't really. If I say Meg's a lying ass hoe, there's nothing she could do. It's just you can't. Again, there's no defamation law that actually protects someone who's a public figure and someone else commented on a public figure, their opinion about said public figure. Now,
everybody should have their own opinion. I agree with that law too. I don't care. Like, if you want to be a public figure, get some thick skin.
There is the defamation under certain things where you're intentionally and putting out to the world that this person is doing something either categorically false that could damage their career, rather than just giving an opinion piece. So anyway, I said that to say, in either or case, right? If they had subpoenaed me to the Tory case and said, hey, how did you get, or which, by the way, nobody knows I got nothing, right? How you see the discovery? I have no problem paying an attorney. Hey, tell these motherfuckers I got a right to not give up my sources. Y'all go figure it out. You figure out how I got it, right? And that's actually constitutionally protected, but also they can't threaten me with arrest or nothing like that to like force me to like, oh no, tell us, no, motherfucker. So anyway, I say that to say, and by the way, I don't, for anybody who
let's go
atmosphere and how people think about her.
Let's get into it.
What then that does? She dropped a deluxe to her album. The album did atrocious. Now, granted, it wasn't a new album, it was a deluxe. Okay? But if you
people not feeling that vibe of that whole shit. Because when you thought about Megan, we thought somebody who had it all together, was on top of her game, a real hustler, smooth chick. But then you find out from what's going on that she's an alcoholic mess that getting in all kind of bullshit and, unstable, basically. People ain't checking for that type of shit from her because she didn't come in the game with that. She built her image off of being the boss chick type shit. But yeah, like her shit looking shaky now.
You guys look, let me go show you. Meg's new album. Let's see if we can find it. Meg's new album dropped. Hold on. Where is it? Meg's new album dropped.
We're not here to bash Meg. Right, today I'm here to bash Vlad for doing that crazy ass tweet. I really feel like he was put out to do that by some Howard Powers because he never tweet like that before. It's the first time he did something like that. It got the most views. He never even reached 1 million like likes on a tweet before. Now this one hit 10 million. It's out of his character. He was put up to that. And he's making it a joke like, oh, y'all believe this stuff about Rock Nation? Why would y'all believe this? Oh, y'all believe anything. Okay. So now let's go back and see why we would believe this though. Why we might believe this. Why it's not far fetched for us.
But in many cases, the regular defense is this. It ain't me. Simply put, it ain't me. Okay, I don't know who it is, but it ain't me. In Tory's case, there's another popular way of how sometimes a defense attorney will do. Now, at times that can be seen as snitching depending on how hard you go. Because essentially what you're going to do, you're going to fuck up the state's case. Remember, the state got to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it. All you got to tell them, and by the way, that's kind of what the whole Rondo number 9 C-Day thing is. On appeal, Rondo number 9's lawyer is saying, well, couldn't have that been C-Day? Right? The file like a letter towards it's an ethics complaint about the said lawyer. Tory believes, and this is, this is now the ad-libbing.
Here we go.
You're gonna have to do the trusted bro source on this. Apparently, when Tory gets this lawyer, Sean Hawley, he gets her, and she tells him, "Yo, bro, check this out, man. We can't beat this shit. Take a plea."
Sean Hawley. She the one that got a whole show, and she named it Reasonable Doubt, and she gets to use Jay-Z's music from Reasonable Doubt. How the hell? I would think that was like highly sought after, like rare stuff that Jay ain't just giving up like that. But she got that, and Jay could say it's a black woman, black lawyer. I'm looking out for my people type shit. But since when we know Jay look out for his people?
Tory says, I ain't do it. And I think the evidence they have against me is weak. I'm not taking a plea. This is allegedly. She says, yo, you should probably just take the plea. He says, no, let's explore.
She pushing to take the plea, whether she right or wrong, but I'm just trying to let y'all see why people were skeptical in this situation. Now, wait, he ain't get to the bombshell yet, though.
Or otherwise. Now, she said, all right, fine. Let's see if we could go otherwise. They also have another attorney that's pretty much their consultant or pretty much the second lead. And Tory's like, yo, we could probably do the defense by saying, Shorty did it. She comes out and says, nah, I don't think that's going to work, bro. And actually, and she's thinking about her reputation as well. Also, you got to think about it. She's a black woman. Not saying that matters, but right. She gets dropped off the case. Now, supposedly what happened, right? So already that's kind of a red flag. Your lawyer's trying to get you to take the plea. Usually how it works with lawyers, your lawyers will lay everything on the table. But as soon as you say, let's go to trial, they bunker down it's time to go to trial.
Yeah, they ready to go. They get money. That's their bread. And that's all they really, a lot of them only care about is money. They like, oh, let's go to trial. Let's go to trial. That's what he said. Let's go.
They don't try to get you to take the plea. You know what I mean? They're not trying to like, nah, bro, you should take. But
I did see lazy lawyers do that too. So yeah, they do. Some of them do. Like, fuck that. Take this plea. And I think, if the lawyer really care about the person, they know it's a lose-lose, or they in fear for their life type shit, they'll tell the mobster, the gangster, hey, take the plea, man. They're going to fry you and this and that. Because them gangsters be putting dudes in fear, them lawyers. I've seen it happen a lot of times. So they, instead of playing games with the gangster, they'll tell them, take the plea because you don't want to go to trial. They're going to fry your ass. So yeah, it's been done. But in this situation, that's like a big payday for any lawyer that take that shit to trial. So it's like unlikely. It's weird.
But allegedly, Maybe that's what happened. Okay, cool. So she eventually gets off the case, but then she drops a book, and this becomes interesting because the book that she drops, is it a book? Let me just make sure. Sean Holly book. Let's go.
I think she dropped a TV series. See, that's why she shouldn't never get no more celebrity clientele. Soon as she just drop a whole book real quick.
Google it. Jay-Z first album name.
Reasonable Doubt. Well, you know that.
Well, that could be coincidence.
Please, nigga. Come on now. Come on. Coincidence? She dirty.
Could be coincidence. I don't know. All right, let's just keep it going.
She got hollered at early. Do you know how big the lawyers team is for Rock Nation and Jay-Z? They all connected like a goddamn spine. They all know each other. That's a cold fact. So when she got that case, I'm sure her colleagues, hey, blah, 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 chopping it up. Yeah, I was talking to Hov and da, 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 da. So it's like, please, man, let's be honest here. They all know each other.
All right. So she it's probably got nothing to do with Jay-Z, right? That's what I'm thinking, Chad. Let's go to an episode guide. Let's go to his episode guide. I just want to go, let's go from one. First episode is called Can't Knock the Hustle. Let me just Google. Jay-Z can't.
This is foul. This is crazy. Rock Nation. That's a hell of a coincidence if it is. That's all I got to say. But this is why people would believe that tweet from Vlad, that he called a crazy tweet. Y'all are stupid for believing that. Oh, I'm obviously trolling. Ho, ho, ho.
Knock. It's a Jay-Z song. All right. It's a little bit of a coincidence. Can't be too much. And I mean, shit happens in the world. And I mean, come on. Can't knock that hustle, literally, right? Second one, Family Feud. I don't remember that song. Family Feud.
I gotta say, salute to academics, man. He keeping it solid on this one.
Jay-Z and Beyonce got a song called Family Feud. What? Come on, everybody talks about Family Feud now. Come on, come on, man. Nobody wins with a Family Feud. Come on. Let's go to song 3. 99 Problems. I don't got to Google that one, but I'll do it anyway. Jay-Z 99. Wait, so you telling me my lawyer quit and dropped a TV series? My lawyer that's defended me against Jay-Z's company, Rock Nation's, like one of their biggest assets, Meg, quit defending me and drops a TV show and names the show after Jay-Z's infamous classic album, Reasonable Doubt. And every episode is named after a Jay-Z song?
What kind of coinky dinky is that? If Vlad wondering why everybody believe him in that crazy ass tweet, do we have to go back to that tweet? Do I have to go back to the tweet though? Nah, let's keep it going.
Yeah, Tory. Tory in jail right now, swinging in the air, bro. Like, what? 99 problem. Guilty until proven innocent. We're just doing this for fun.
That's a fact. She set him up, I think. And she's obsessed with Jay. She obsessed with the dude. She could be one of his, one of his side pieces. I ain't gonna hold you.
Jay-Z got a song called Guilty Until Proven. So Ambitious. Nah, you don't got a song. I don't remember no song now. He got a song called So Ambitious. Renegade. We all know that. Him and M. Nigga what? Nigga who? I gotta make the song cry? This is episode 8, people. I'm already home. Jay-Z.
Whoa.
Nah, that gotta be only season 1. Let's get to season 2. By the way, chat. An episode dropped
It's grind
October
time,
17th.
homie.
So this shit's still going on this year.
I don't want no lawyer. If I'm fighting against an artist of Rock Nation, the artist of Rockefeller, any type of Jay-Z artist, I don't want no lawyer that's obsessed with Jay-Z representing me. Are you crazy? Wow.
Let's get at it. Episode 1. Y'all know Can I Live, right? Jay-Z got a song called Episode 2? I know he got a song called Volume. Jay-Z Episode 2. He don't got a song called Episode 2.
He got a song, the 22 twos, I think? No. Something like that. I'll look it up. I'm tripping right now.
Jay-Z got something called Episode 2? I don't know. All right, maybe one ain't a Jay-Z song, right? Oh, then this is called Episode 3. Jay-Z don't got no damn song called Episode 3. What the fuck? I don't be knowing. Wait, is this?
That was actually enough. Shit.
Anyway, after that.
Now, this is why people will believe that crazy tweet from Vlad. Oh, Jay-Z, Rock Nation did this, that.
At prime time, guilty until proven innocent. This can't be life. Jay-Z, this can't be life. Yo, Tory right now in prison saying this can't be life. Not my attorney backdooring me. Getting backdoored by the attorney is diabolical. What? This can't be life. Venus versus Mars. Change the game. Who you with? Encore. Can I get an encore? Like, listen to these lyrics. It's like she's sending Tory a message, gang. Listen to.
Do I got to go back to that fucking tweet? So a lot of people feel like he dropped that tweet and then he got, talked to, by the right people. And now he's trying to say, oh, it was a troll and this and that. And that's not, but that's what's going on. Like, it's so crazy right now with this Epstein stuff. Like, people got to start believing. I was very skeptical. I was never a conspiracy theorist or none of that. But look what's going on, though. And I ain't going to hold you. There was some new information, but I don't know how factual it is. I ain't going to speak on it pertaining to Jay-Z and them Epstein files. But we'll hold that for tomorrow. I'm going to do some more research on it. But this is why people will believe a tweet like that from Vlad.
The lyrics. Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Tory in prison like, no, I don't want no more years. Leave me alone. God damn. Cook and roll with the Brooklyn boys. So for one last time, I need y'all to roar. Who you know fresher than a hoe? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Y'all hearing me rap? It's like Hair G rapping a prime. I'm like Young H.O. rap Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe. Not break bread. Holy. So let me just do Tory's part. Then we'll go to her response. I'm going to be fair. Tory's ripping his former attorney apart in a formal ethics complaint to the state.
Even if he does, this is his artist. Obviously, he has some interest in seeing her, win that case. That's not no fucking, please, that's definite. He definitely, rooted for her to win that case and gave his whatever he had to that case for her. So let's not deny that. So why wouldn't we believe this crazy ass tweet that Vlad just decided to drop out the blue?
We actually have the ethics complaint. So let's just read that. It says October 26, 2024, it's submitted to the State Bar of California. It's Daystar Peterson. It says, this is a formal ethics complaint. I'm making a formal complaint with the State Bar against my former attorney, Sean Halley Chapman, State Bar, that's her number. Miss Holly was my former attorney in my criminal case, People versus Daystar, Tory Lanez in the Los Angeles Superior County case, blah, blah, blah. My attorney, Sean Holly, violated her duties to me from the beginning of her representation to the time she abruptly withdrew and in doing so breach her code of professional conduct as well as California law. Her representation severely hampered my case and set me at a disadvantage, which directly led to my conviction. Miss Sean Holly, first breach of conduct was that she had a conflict of interest she failed to disclose to me before agreeing to represent me. Briefly on the background, a musician and an artist that is known professionally as Tory Lanez. I was convicted in 2022 of assaulting another musician that is known by the name Meg Thee Stallion. I did not commit this crime or assault or harm Meg Thee Stallion. When
I think he should have had action at this lawyer or whatever, because that was conscious conflict of interest and all kind of weird stuff. You know, she obviously had some dealings with Rock Nation. I guarantee you, you look it up. Yeah, she definitely represented. She probably on the team.
When I was first charged with this crime, I sought out Miss Holly to defend me. I was referred to Miss Holly by my entertainment attorney as an excellent criminal defense attorney with experience of representing high-profile and celebrity clients. After consulting with her, Miss Holly agreed to serve as my defense counsel. A dollar amount was agreed upon, and I signed her retainer agreement. Miss Holly failed to disclose to me what Miss Holly failed to disclose to me was that at the time she agreed to represent me and took payment from me is that she was directly involved in a business relationship with the same company that had a business relationship with the alleged victim in my case, Meg Thee Stallion. That company was Rock Nation, okay? At the time, Meg Thee Stallion was an artist signed and managed by Rock
Whoa. Imagine.
Nation. Actually not signed. She was managed, 1501. I think now she might be signed, but she was managed definitely for show. At the time of our consultation, Miss Holly was one of the principal producers of a TV show titled Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt is a legal drama based loosely upon Miss Holly's life. In the credits of the show, she is listed.
It's a show. So this is before. Is this before she was was representing Tory? Man, backdoor.
Both the producer of the show and its legal counsel. The show first premiered in September of 2022, the same year, and just a couple of months before my trial. The owner and CEO of Rock Nation is a musician and artist known as Jay-Z. There are extensive ties between the Reasonable Doubt, the show, and Rock Nation and Jay-Z. The title of the show, Reasonable Doubt, is also the same name of Jay-Z's critically acclaimed debut breakout album, and the title of every episode bears the name of one of Jay-Z's biggest songs, which Jay-Z would have to clear the songs in order to be cleared. Damn, I guess the music was now involved. I
definitely had to clear it.
It has come to my attention that season 2 of the show now includes music by Rock Nation artists and my accuser, Meg Thee Stallion. Apparently, Miss Holly has a daughter that is a backup singer to Beyonce, Jay-Z's wife. Oh my God.
This is deep.
What?
This shit run deep.
Yo, this is the back door from heaven. What? Listen to this, chat. So Jay-Z would have to clear the songs, right, for them to be in it. I don't know if the song's in it, but Tory's making that claim. It has come to my attention that season 2 of the show includes music by Rock Nation artist and my accuser, Meg Thee Stallion. Apparently, Miss Holly has a daughter that is a backup singer to Beyonce, Jay-Z's wife.
This is why we will believe that tweet, Vlad. Oh, y'all are retarded. Y'all are crazy for believing that.
I was completely unaware of the show. Miss Holly's involvement with the show or involvement with Rock Nation at the time of the consultation.
I was obviously trolling. Yeah.
Consultation. And Miss Holly never informed me at any time of her connection to Rock Nation. That's a proper backdoor. I ain't gonna hold you.
She never told him either. Wow, she cold. Look at her. She looked like she cold. She looked like one of my mean aunties or something. She looked like a cold piece of work.
A proper backdoor. She never informed me at the time of her connection to Rock Nation. Miss Holly had a legal and professional duty to disclose her relationship with Rock Nation to me prior to agreeing to represent me and taking my money from me, or at some point thereafter. This conflict of interest and consequent breach of loyalty was exacerbated. I'm fucking up on that word. By the fact the person that assisted the alleged victim after the incident with medical care, with police and authorities, and who who spoke with and advised witnesses and or others involved in the incident with what to say to the authorities was a person named Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation Records. Ms. Perez apparently was even allowed to be present in the room with the police. What the fuck? Ms. Perez was apparently was even allowed to be present in the room with the police and the accuser when the accuser was being interviewed and gave other statements to the police. I have been since made aware Miss Holly represented Miss Perez and or Rock Nation / entities in private and non-profit associated, private or for nonprofit associated with Rock Nation in legal matters prior to agreeing to represent me. I was not signed to or in business with Rock Nation at the time of the alleged incident. In effect, my counsel was in business with the same company that had a substantial investment with the person who was alleged I harmed her. I was unaware of these relationships at the time I consulted with the attorney.
Now, this went nowhere. I think he didn't get like no type of whatever he wanted out of this. It's a shame, though. He made a hell of a case. It's all facts, and the judge ain't give a damn. And you telling us we ain't supposed to believe when Vlad put out this crazy ass tweet saying he paid off the judge, he did this, he did that. Man, we just people. We ain't involved in that crazy shit that y'all involved with. We believe it was like, wait a minute, somebody of credibility is telling us that. The fuck, that was insane, bro. That was, I don't know what type of move that was. That was some real technology bullshit, though.
Holly, with attorney Holly, I'm sorry, and she did not disclose to me then. Instead, she assured me she could and would represent me to the fullest, and based on that, I agreed to pay her between $200,000 and $300,000. The last payment that was made to her was during my trial on December 17, 2022. On the very next day, she quit.
Whoa. 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 Y'all really gonna sit here and tell me that ain't no damn setup from the beginning, backdoor, fallaciousness, and then Vlad put out the crazy tweet talking about this, talking about that. And then he say, I was just trolling. Why can't you idiots see I was just trolling? Why don't y'all understand that was just a troll? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You want us to believe this was a troll, right? He said, I have a confession. Rock Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge, too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragment. She was never shot. The LA police, he could make it seem like that. But in these days and times, bro, when these Epstein times, you really gonna blame us for believing this shit? You, a person who never trolled like this, never put out no tweet like this ever, all of a sudden you doing that for I don't know what reason out the blue, and we are supposed to know that you trolling when you never trolled before? Use a slickster. Use a slickster, bro. And now you like, oh, look, y'all gonna believe anything. Is this just all technology to put us on some, that wavelength to where, oh, it's all bullshit? Come on, it's all cap. People ain't really going for that, though. I ain't gonna hold you. This girl is, man, that's foul stuff going on.
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Now, here's the funny part. Tory didn't do some due diligence then. I'm being very fair here because I think the first episode came out in August. But
yeah, Tory and whoever hired the lawyer, maybe his dad or whatever. That's why his dad is on a rampage against Rock Nation. But somebody ain't do their due diligence for sure, for sure. That's a big conflict of interest. But my thing is, the lawyer should have some consequences for that. She ain't let him know that there's a conflict of interest. She know it is. She know that she was working with Rock Nation. She ain't let the boy know. Back door.
This wasn't a popular show. You still should have known. Like the show started. The show started to air before Tory got convicted, right? Because Tory got convicted. The trial started in December 18, 2022, right? Yeah, so you should have known, right? Or it was during the trial, actually. The second breach of conduct is a direct result of the first, and as a result of her conflict of interest, Holly did not represent me competently, or diligently. Oh, diligently.
Come on now. Is that hard to believe? That's not hard to believe.
Can't speak. And worked against me. First, during our initial consultation and throughout the process, I told Holly I would not take a plea, that I was completely innocent, and would not accept a plea that would imply or make it seem guilty or of anything. Which, by the way, that is very common of people are accused with some stuff. You see, the DA is incentivized. Hopefully, they don't take the case as personal, right? They're just there doing a job. But for you, as if you're Tory, if you're like, I didn't shoot this woman, I'm not gonna take no plea that have me pleading guilty to something that implies I shot this woman. Fuck no, I'm not. No, I didn't shoot her, right? So that happens. For example, let's say sexual assault, right? Say they have sexual battery, sexual assault, then they have some other sexual charges. Imagine they're like, which I don't think the government would do this, but because it's such of a crazy charge. But let's say they said, well, actually, they have done it. Let's say you plead guilty to a lesser sexual charge, but not one that's a first-degree felony like sexual assault. Somebody might be like, no, I don't give a fuck. Me pleading guilty to any sexual charge is going to make me look like a fucking creep, like I did it. Hell.
He said he ain't do it. He wanted to go to trial. She wanted him to cop out and admit that he did it. She wanted on the record, like, fuck it, you did it. She supposed to be working for him, but she wanted on the record that he shot her when he's saying I didn't do that. She has an interest. You know what I mean? She want what Rock Nation want. She want him to go down, convicted. You shot her, and then Megan dropped that album and go crazy.
Hell no, right? So let's go to trial, right? So I get why Tory probably said, bro, I'm not doing that, dog. I'm not pleading guilty. And it probably was like, maybe they wanted him to plead guilty to discharging a firearm. What would be the implications of the fans, right? It doesn't say you shot nobody, but it says you shot. And there's a woman who's a big celebrity claiming, I got shot in this incident. So by putting two and two together, you take a plea that you shot a gun, or not even say shoot the gun, let's go less, that you had a gun. Well, if the victim, who's a celebrity, is saying she got shot, and you plead guilty to having a gun, people are going to put two and two together. That means you shot her. Duh. Like, you know what I mean? So I get why you would say, no, fuck that, right? And obviously, remember, there's ICE ramifications because of his immigration status, too. Think about that. Okay, cool. During the okay. So I would not take a plea that was completely innocent. I would not accept a plea that would imply to make me seem guilty of anything. But later, Holly told my DNA expert to not perform, extensive studies on the gun so as to show I never touched it, because she was going to have me take a plea.
Whoa.
Well, now here's the thing. The DNA expert
this shit get ugly.
I'm wondering if that's going to happen. Now, I don't know if you know how court works. A lot of these lawyers and defense attorneys, they use the same witnesses. So if they do gun cases all the time, they probably have their gun expert that they use all the time.
Just tell them you did it.
This would kind of assume that this DNA expert that Sean Holly was going to use, right? Sean Holly's DNA expert was going to...
We laughing, but Tory ain't laughing. You got Vlad talking about the Mexican that stabbed him like it's a joke, like he ain't almost lose his life. People joking around and playing. You feel me? Gave him 10 years like it was attempted murder, and deported him. You feel me? So we really gotta analyze the situation. And Vlad is joking. You believe that I was trolling? Ha ha ha.
Who has to go against Sean Holly, and probably Sean Holly gets that person a lot of work. Tory's hoping to never ever get charged again, right? So it's not in the DNA's experts' best interest to back Tory's case, but if he did, or if she did, whoever that person is very important. Okay, cool. So Tory's claiming that Sean Holly told the DNA expert, don't do too much test on a gun because he gonna take a plea anyway. So he says, I was never gonna take a plea. And consequently, I had no evidence to produce at trial to oh shit. Yeah, all right, this is a big one. If your lawyer tells the DNA expert, nah, you don't gotta test the gun, we're taking a plea, then y'all go to trial and you look embarrassed because the state comes back. Now, here's the thing. I think Sean Holly's gonna try to defend herself by saying this. We thought that when the state came back to us with their findings, that it was inconclusive, that was going to suffice as people interpreted it as.
If that ain't a back door, I don't know what is. If that ain't a setup, I don't know what is. You got Vlad. Oh, it was just a joke, obviously. You know. And at the same time, we looking at it like, wait, this is cold-blooded stuff going on. It's like something obviously ain't right with that situation. And the boy Vlad is joking like it's a damn joke.
That Jay is going to put his whole future, his family, and his legacy on the line, worse than Bill Cosby.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Ak and Vlad go at it about this tweet about Rock Nation, Tory, Meg, Desiree Perez, Jay-Z. Vlad said he was trolling, but Ak seems to think there's some accuracy in there and he shouldn't make fun of it. And we going to
shout out the answer. But yeah, this was just today. I was going to get the footage from Ak, but let's let the answer rock with it. You know, they talked. Vlad, oh, I was trolling. Man.
Do you mean to tell me that Jay is going to put his whole future, his family, and his legacy on the line, worse than Bill Cosby?
What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Ak and Vlad go at it about this tweet about Rock Nation, Tory, Meg, Desiree Perez, Jay-Z. Vlad said he was trolling, but Ak seems to think there's some accuracy in there and he shouldn't make fun of it. And we're going to react to it as it develops. Let's get to it.
Vlad!
Yeah, what's good?
I'm on stream, brother. You're the topic of conversation.
Yeah, you think?
Vlad, what's going on?
And it's not like Vlad need the clout. He got a lot of money and a lot of clout.
Man, look, if you look at like my previous tweets, I was talking about how ridiculous the whole news cycle was because they were bringing back this old video from May of Kelsey's bodyguard saying that she really was the shooter, and people like, oh, look, the evidence is in. And I'm like, this is a tweet from May. And he wasn't even the bodyguard that night. He was the bodyguard who claims you overheard something during the court proceedings, whatever. And people were like, oh, that's because Jay-Z, he bought off all the jurors. I said, okay, that's an interesting idea for a tweet. So I created this whole ridiculous tweet with every conspiracy theory laid out one after the other, to the point of even saying...
That's not every conspiracy theory. That's very specific stuff.
That Jay-Z did a verse for the judge's grandson.
It was at that point that I knew that it was satire. I knew it was fake. Jay-Z did a verse for the person's son, and we've never heard about this. That's ridiculous, y'all. Come on now.
I was reaching, of course.
Do you think that was reaching?
Well, hey, listen, I knew this was a satirical tweet from the get-go. I was just speaking about the tweet on stream here. And by the way, Vlad, I'm telling you.
We've seen payola and radio.
That was really going on. Like, for example, in the Epstein files, there's an individual named Les Wexner, former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch and also of Victoria's Secret. He was literally funding this guy, knowing all of this happened. Leon Black. There's real things in there.
Exactly.
But with the release of it, they would put some crazy in there to say, you know why? That people could say, this is all. That's what I'm saying. When sometimes the most, like, again, I agree with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
That point you made about, what was the point? The last point. I don't think everything is credible. But what I'm saying is that when you blanketly act like because some of the things aren't credible means that nobody should believe anything, that becomes a problem, right? Because
what in my tweet? What? Like, name something in my tweet that's credible. Like any of it. Like, name one.
It's a joke. You guys are so stupid. Yeah, right. He's put up to this, and homie said to create confusion. I'm rocking with that, man. This is some cap. This is some weird stuff. He never did nothing like this. It's out of character. It's like, how are we gonna believe anything?
Incredible thing in terms of what I said.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this is what I would offer up. Okay, so you have a confession. Rock Nation been paying me to support Megan. I think when, again, it's not credible as pertaining to you, but do I believe that Rock Nation, through its surrogates, has been, financially incentivizing people to either support Megan? Absolutely. Right? Now, again, it might not be credible to you, but when you say it as the person who, that's why I said it's the Epstein files, pause.
That's what I was
like
saying
when
too.
You say, people think that, well, if this isn't true, it's not true for everybody else.
Real quick, man, he be quick with the language, boy. He came to this country and learned some slick stuff. He said, through its surrogates. What the heck does that mean? Does that mean shell companies that they don't have Rock Nation's name on, so now you could still say it's coming from a ghost thing? Or what the heck does that mean, Ak?
Yeah, like I said, shout out to the answer. But man, they saying the same. Ak is saying the same stuff I'm saying. Why he creating confusion around that situation when he ain't really have to? He already got all the clout, all the money, all of everything he want. This is totally out of character. It's not like he's a troll. Maybe that's the beginning of his trolling career to stay on. You feel me? Because, getting the algorithm, I don't know. He learned that from Wack, maybe his new best friend. But it's not unlikely for people to believe that shit. So don't stop acting like everybody's so beneath you and stupid to believe this kind of stuff, because there's too much coincidences going on. And I ain't even really go through all of it, but I went through the main thing. The lawyer that working for Rock Nation. That was a big situation. Now, a lot of people, is prone to believe these things when you put out a tweet like that. So I don't know what reason you did it, but obviously I guess it worked for you as far as getting in the algorithm and stuff like that. And you're probably going to be questioned about that all day by all kind of people. But at the same time, man, I feel like you working for Rock Nation behind that. That's what I feel like. Yeah, I feel like you in the pocket with that too. But it's all gravy though, man. It's your boy Bush. That was another epic reaction. And just explaining and making shit clear, you feel me, about how things should go. That's a cold fact. We out of here. Big Jimmy, my boy Big Jimmy. Shout out to him wherever he at. Love you, big bro. Well, it's your boy Bush, man. We'll be back at it mañana with another live. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Peace.